Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the July 26th Al-Anon readings, Encouraged to Change, and a Little Time for Myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I will take a moment to look this over. The question is, how do I find balance between overdependence and complete self-reliance? And this person says before they came to Al-Anon, sometimes they begged others to make decisions, and then other times they refused help. But they continue on to say that Al-Anon has taught them the concept of interdependence. It means relating to others without sacrificing ourselves. This person says now they seek wisdom from meetings, studying the legacies, and communicating with their sponsor. This person chooses to do what's best for them and remains open to listen to other people's experiences. Today's reminder: with Al-Anon's help, we become responsible for our own lives, but flexible in our understanding that we don't know it all. The quote is from Survival to Recovery. We can stand up tall and straight because we have hope from working our program. How do I find balance between overdependence and complete self-reliance? It is a balance. And I agree that Al-Anon helps me a lot with that. Attending meetings, listening to other people's experience, strength, and hope, talking with my sponsor, all the literature that I read. I like this part. We relate to others without sacrificing ourselves. I think it's just a daily balance. And I see both sides of myself too. There are times when I just don't want to make decisions. But I must say that that's usually about things like really, really small things. Because it just doesn't matter and there are too many choices and I don't feel strongly about any of them. But those are usually small things, or what I consider to be small things. I have refused to ask for help in the past I'm trying to think of the last time I refused help or refused asking for help. I don't know. I hope I've gotten better at that because there was a time in my life where I was just, it was after my divorce. And actually, I say that, but it's not true because I was accepting help all the time. But I just didn't want to get too dependent on anybody. And that definitely happened with like me moving in with my partner, the person I live with, was a big decision because in order to do that, I have to accept a large level of interdependence while still remaining flexible enough and available, ready to like go back to completely taking care of myself if the situation changes. So I don't know. For me, that was a really big deal because I went through like seriously, like a 20-year period where I didn't get overly close with anybody that I was involved with. And not that there were that many people. There were two people. Two people. I, yeah, that I was in relationships with, let's put it that way. And so it is a balance. I like the reading. I feel like it's important to assess how I'm doing with those things. But I've got to say that even before this reading, like it's something I think about because I don't know, it's survival, you know, taking care of myself and what I need to make me happy. It's just knowing my boundaries, knowing what I need to feel healthy and good. All right, this page has a tab and it has two highlighted parts. I'm going to read it now. Yeah, I can see why I love this passage so much. This is about illusions that make our lives feel unmanageable. It starts with this person wanting to give up control of people and situations, but they just had such a hard time. And then someone pointed out to them that they never had. You can't give up something you never had. This person never had control over people and situations, so they can't stop something they never had. So instead, they looked to stop the illusion of control. I love that. And once they did that, it was easier for them to let go and let God, which is a very um, popular Al-Anon slogan. This person says another big illusion that they noticed in themselves is that um, they had a hole inside of them that needed to be filled from the outside, such as shopping, um, relationships, fill in the blank, could be anything. But then they realized that spiritual emptiness can only be filled from within. This person realized that they were not deficient, they had everything they needed inside themselves to be whole. And at that point, they began to heal. Today's reminder: it's an illusion to think that we aren't good enough and that we need something outside of us to make us whole. We can always find help in Al-Anon, in an Al-Anon friend, in a meeting, in our sponsor. And the quote is from William James. By changing our attitudes, we can change aspects of our lives. And the parts that I highlighted were that a spiritual emptiness can only be filled from within. And when we are listening to illusions, when we think that we are not good enough or that we need something outside of ourselves to make us whole. And I mean, this is just one page, but like this is just, it's just so huge to have a little tiny book. It's about the size of my hand, that has like such profound pieces of wisdom in it. And this is just one page of this little tiny book. I mean, I just think it's amazing. Even all these years later, all these tabs later, like this is an awesome, life-changing page, in my opinion. Because I've been reading this book for 10 years and I'm still so immensely grateful for this page. I love it. I love it so much. We'll close out with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.